All right. So now we're gonna go into the lessons that I've learned from this book, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, and I've picked out five of my favorite lessons that I picked from this book. Once again, it's a very good book. Very simple concept, and something that I feel like most people, especially in this generation, as people say, we live in a microwave generation. People want success here and now, but this is a good book to help get you on the right path and make the right decisions. So let's go into number one. First lesson is small, smart choices. Plus consistency plus time equals radical difference. There we have it. A formula that Darren Hardy gives us in his book, The Compound Effect, and that is small, smart choices plus consistency plus time equals radical difference. So, as he says in the book, you don't lack time or skill, you lack patience. And he also says that your success is not linked to you knowing any more than you already know. You already know enough. I guess there's decisions and choices that we ought to be doing that will definitely or ultimately bring you that success. It's not just about head knowledge, it's about applying that knowledge, which is what we will call wisdom, or rightly applying that knowledge. And your patience must be active and not passive. So again, making the right decisions daily, consistently, and doing it over a significant amount of time, that is where you'll see the radical difference. I always mention health and fitness is a great example. If you're out of shape and you're not in the condition that you want to be, you may have to change your diet, go on some kind of training regime, even things like going on long walks, drinking plenty of water. Now, if you're someone who's in your 30s and you've been living a lifestyle that's caused your body to be in a condition that you don't like, and you've probably been doing that for the last 20 years, say, if you go on a diet today, don't expect to see a radical change in 1 month. You've been abusing your body for the past 20 years. It's going to take a similar amount of time frame, or maybe less, but a significant amount of time, probably at least a year to 2 years, 3 years, 5 years even. But within that time, you have to be consistently making the right decisions. No cheap meals, no doner kebabs and junk food and all the rest of it. It has to be consistent over a long period of time for you to get those results that you want. So that's lesson one. Alright, let's move on to lesson number two. And that is $3 million today versus 1 penny or cent. That doubles every day for 31 days. So Darren Hardy asked this question in his book: would you take 3 million today, or would you take 1 penny today that doubles for every day for 31 days which is the highest, or which will have the highest monetary value. Now, most people will take the 3 million today, but it's actually the penny that doubles every day for 31 days that is worth more than the 3 million. So if you were to example, day 1 you have a penny, day 2 you have 2 pennies, then day 3 it doubles to 4 pence, then day 5, then 4 it doubles to 8 pence, day 5 16 pence, day 6 32 pence. So it's going up slowly, but then by the time you get to day 19 you're already on 2,621 pence, 621 pounds rather, or dollars. By the time you get to day 29 you're already on about 2 million. So it's that patience and consistency that's required again. And yeah, it's just ultimately patience, doing the right thing over and over and over again until you get the result that you want. Fall in love with the journey. There are lessons that you will learn along the way. And you know, we see lottery winners all the time getting instant success. You know, they get instant money. People that don't know how to handle their money, they get a huge amount of money, 3 million, 10 million, and then before you know it, within a year they've lost all of it because they've blown it. It's always better to go with the slower route, learning over time, and you know, building yourself up, seeing those results that you want. Let's move on to number 3, the third lesson. You already know enough to succeed. The problem is not obtaining more information. In other words, start with where you're at and grow from there. Perfection is overrated, and yeah, this is something that I would personally struggle with, you know, because I'm someone who likes to plan and, you know, have a plan or have a perfect plan, and if it's not perfect it causes me to procrastinate. But just like I'm on this live today, you know, the videos are not where I want them to be, the quality of the videos or how it flows, etc. But I'm just going to start with where I'm at, and hopefully over time I will see the benefits of it and just see how it improves over time, etc. Yeah, and I guess as the quote says, it's not about obtaining more information, because again, that's another reason why people like myself procrastinate. You know, you want, I need to just know a bit more of this or a bit more of that, or if I learnt this particular skill, then I can do X, Y, Z. It's not about that. Actions speak louder than words, and if you put things into action, that's where the real power is. That's where the results will come. You know, I listen to a lot of books, and I can get caught in a cycle of just being that person that always listens to a lot of books but not actually applying these things that I'm learning, and it's pointless. You know, you're just gaining more knowledge, learning about this concept, learning about this principle, but how many of those principles or those concepts are you actually applying in your life? And that's a issue for me to address, but nevertheless I'm trying. So let's move on to the next one, the fourth quote, or the fourth lesson rather, and that is: every choice has an impact of the compound effect on your life. Every choice has an impact of the compound effect of your life. So unfortunately, these decisions or every choice can be positive and negative. And the problem is a lack of intentionality is just as bad as making bad decisions or choices. You have to be very intentional with your life. You design your life. You decide where you want your life to go. I know there's a lot of things that are outside of our control. Decisions that the government make, and there are various things going on around the world, natural disasters, pandemics, wars. But the things that you can control, you should be aggressive with those things. Be intentional with those things. And a lack of intentionality is just very deadly. A failed marriage, bankruptcy, debt, obesity, all of these things can stem from a lack of intentionality. And as I said, the compound effect also works against you the same way it works for you. So it's always within your own interests to consistently make good decisions on a consistent basis for a long period of time, so that the compound effect can work in your favor. Alright, let's move on to the fifth and final lesson that I've picked up from this book, and that is there are 5 strategies to breaking bad habits. Number 1, identify your triggers. Be honest with yourself. Identify your triggers. Work out what it is that makes you make those bad decisions. So, I don't know, it could be maybe when you go to a particular place, you tend to eat junk food. So then maybe not go to that place anymore. Maybe it might be, or when you watch a particular program or watch a football game, etc., then you tend to do bad things that you ought not to do. Eating junk food, drinking high sugary drinks. Identify your triggers. Is it late at night when you're watching a movie at home? That kind of thing. What is it that's causing you, or where is it convenient for you, rather, for you to do the thing that you don't want to do? Those are the things that you need to identify, and once you've identified them, then you move on to the next. Let's try to sort this out. There you are. Once you've identified them, then you move on to the next strategy, which is number 2, clean house. So once you've identified them, then you need to be brutal with them. Clean house, get them out of your life, make radical decisions when it comes to those things that cause you to make those negative decisions that go against you in terms of the compound effect. Clean house. The other strategy is number 3. Swap it. And this is a more reasonable approach. If you cannot completely clean it out of your life, then maybe swap it with something. Again, back to the health and fitness and healthy diet. A lot of us like sugary snacks. A good way, maybe if you like snacking, you can't stop snacking, full stop. Swapping those sugary snacks for a piece of fruit, you still get the sugar, but it's a more healthy option because you get the fiber in fruit, and it's not a non-processed product, which is obviously a lot more better for your health, and your body can break down fruit better than it can break down a processed food or snack. And the fourth strategy is ease in. So again, be tactical about it. If it's something that you cannot do straight away or in a radical fashion, maybe do it in a way that's a more gradual format, so that you it's not really that you're going cold turkey, so you don't have a relapse. That's the word I'm looking for. So you don't have a relapse and end up back where you started because you was too radical with your change with the habits. And the fifth and final one is jumping, and this is the opposite. Just be radical, jump in, and hopefully you'll get the results that you want. But yes, thank you for joining, watching. Hope you've enjoyed the lessons that I've learned, and hopefully you've taken something from it too. And it's a book that I would highly recommend for people to listen to, and hopefully you'll take something with it. Take care, and God bless.